Hello, welcome to a board deck and dice review. Today we are looking at Gekido or Gekido bot battles. I'm joined by Devourer of Socks and Eater of Many Rodents, Little Board Deck and Dice. Nice to see you. How's life treating you?
I know.
Okay, good. Let's have a look at how Gekido plays. Gekido comes with 9 tiles which make up this board, so they can be set up kind of randomly. And you will play with up to 4 players, despite having 6 of these lovely figures. There's a few there. They've all got different names.
Little kitty.
So if 4 players are playing, they will each place their bot out somewhere on the board in turn order. Should we have little kitty?
Yeah, we'll have this guy.
Is that V-Rex?
Yeah, V-Rex. He's like one of the best.
And there are a couple of things you must do on your turn. You must move. You must attack.
Can I do that?
Okay. And to attack, you just have to be 1 adjacent square away, counting diagonals. So V-Rex here, if he was going first, he can attack anyone. However, if Slicer was going first, they could only attack V-Rex unless they moved here or here. You can't share spaces.
Yeah, you can't share spaces. So if V-Rex wanted to move here,
Yeah.
he could, but
Only.
Slicer could wait.
Yeah, well, that's a push after the attack, isn't it?
Slicer can move anywhere then. Well, not anywhere on the board, like.
Yeah. So what's these dice down here? Can you tell us what these dice down here are?
These dice is kind of, I don't know how to say it. Like it's the hearts.
It's the health, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the health.
How much
so
health?
You can attack people. You see here.
Yeah, we'll get onto that in a minute.
Yes. Okay.
So, what happens when you lose health? Say this person lost 6 health, what would happen?
So that would go off,
Yeah.
and you could you have to put it here.
Or wherever it says. So this one says 1 upgrade, doesn't it?
Yes.
So upgrades are the one, you're right, the one you said. If it's an upgrade,
Yeah,
you put
has to be there.
upper level. So if it's a 0, you put it onto a 1. If it's a power, you choose one of the powers with numbers and you match that number, and that's how many uses you have of that power. Once you've used it 3 times, you turn it to a 6 to show that it's exhausted.
Can I say like what kind of power, like the order that I think that like V-Rex is best? I think.
Yeah, we said that at the end when we talked about how to play. So also, if you ever get armor, you can roll one of the number dice, and that will just be taken off beforehand. So your upgrade is a permanent power. This player would always have +1 attack. So how do you attack? Well, you have this list down here. The first 2 attacks will also give you cards if you successfully hit with them, and they're based on poker. You take 5 of the dice with colours and shapes on, and you have to roll a poker hand. 2 pairs, 3 of a kind, full house, 4 of a kind, 5 different, or 5 of a kind. And when you're doing 5 different, you can't do the colour or shape that your bot is. So V-Rex cannot roll a blue in his 5 different. And what you have to do is you roll all 5 dice, and then you have to lock them in. So here we've got 2 greens and 2 reds, so we've locked those in. We cannot change attack now, can we?
Well,
unless we have a power that lets us do so. But normally you cannot. You get 2 more re-rolls. I haven't done that. And I would have failed there. Now, some of the tiles let you flip a dice, which is this one here. Flipping a dice is just flipping it to the other side. Okay. Some of them let you have extra rerolls, some affect your attack and defense, and so on. If you do not complete your attack, you take the second number as damage to yourself. So in this example of V-Rex would take 3 damage. But if he'd been successful, he would do 6 damage. And if he is successful, say V-Rex is successful on Slicer, he can choose to push Slicer out of her square. So he would move in and Slicer would have to move to one of the adjacent squares. Damage bonuses and defense bonuses on the board add to the attack or success or not, and you take into account upgrades as well. What else did I want to say? So the thing is, on your go, if you can't attack from where you are or you want to attack someone else, you move then attack. If you're successful, you can push someone out, and if you haven't moved up until that point, you can move back again. But only if you haven't moved in your first go or with your push. And with the powers and cards, every time you roll, you get to use one, don't you? You can't roll and say I'm going to use my tile power and one of my powers and a card power. You can only use one power after every roll.
They don't know what card power
Yeah, we need to show us a couple of the cards, don't we? So you get 3 types of card. Red are attacking cards, and they help you attack, whether it's flipping to a dice or extra rerolls. Green are defensive powers, cancel a tech card just played. And grey are kind of just bonuses, gain 1 armor die, prevent 4 damage, that sort of thing. So there's loads of those. Can be quite difficult to get unless you play those early attacks.
And how you get them is, see the middle.
Yeah.
It is worth less, so it's less...
Let's move that.
Less
defense.
But at the end, if you successfully stay there,
yeah,
you will get
3 cards.
3 cards, and you need to choose one out of those 3.
And you get them from these top 2 moves, and sometimes on here. Now, one thing we haven't talked about is these.
Oh yeah.
Can you explain those?
Yes. So
let's say you're in a 3-player game against Overclocked and Meow.
Yep.
So you're fighting these 2 with Slicer, with V-Rex.
I'm V-Rex, and there is...
Just put them on top of each other so the camera can see. Okay?
Yes, so if I have attacked Overclock, I turn it over.
And what's that mean?
You can't attack him again. So you have to attack Meow. And then once you've done that, you can turn him back over, and then you can attack anyone again.
So you can't attack, usually, unless you have a power, you can't attack the same person twice.
Yes.
Okay. That is Gekido bot battles. So, what do we think about Gekido bot battles? You go first.
I think if we didn't have as many games, this would probably be my absolute favourite. Because I really like it.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
It's got good attack things, so if I wanted to be really mean to my dad, I couldn't. I could only attack him once.
In a row, yeah.
Yes.
So it stops you bullying people, doesn't it? Because you can only attack until you've turned all your targeting tiles over to red. So even in a 3-player game, you can't attack the same person more than once in a row unless you have an extra power.
Can I say? So I think the Slicer is probably, this one was the first one to ever be picked. I was him, and he is, because I thought he looked cool, and he was actually quite cool because he was good in his attack was good and stuff.
They are slightly different, aren't
they? Then you looked at V-Rex, and he was very good actually, quite good. Yeah, better than Slicer. So then next time I said, I will choose first.
Yeah. They are slightly different in terms of the attacks will do different types of damage, and their power-ups are different and stuff like that. Not hugely different. I do think it's easier to play as the ones who are better at attacking. Yeah. They tend to win more. Like the little cat has less health dice, and some don't have upgrades, they just have powers. What do you think about these models?
I do think they're quite good.
They are, aren't they?
I don't know how to explain it. Because
some in our other games, they're not painted, are they, like this?
No, these are very, the details inside those little spikes and like those bits inside.
Yeah. And they give you 6, don't they? So there's 6 to choose from, but you can only play with 4.
The back of this guy is quite cool.
Any bad things about this game for you?
Yeah.
What?
That bit, because I want to be mean to you all the time.
You want to be mean to me?
But I think for other people that would be good. That would be really good. It's just I want to be mean to my dad in games.
Yeah. I think my main issue with this game is the price that it's at for RRP, which is £60 to £70, and there's just not enough in there. I know there's lovely painted figures, there's lots of dice, but some things are a bit, like the tiles are okay, but they're not double-sided, and that would have just been a really easy thing to make it even more variable. The edge of the tiles is painted really weirdly, and it makes it look damaged, and some of the player sheets actually have mistakes on them. So for that amount of money, it's kind of a little bit disappointing. I would have much rather they came out with a package with just 4 in and then released extra characters as expansions.
And
also, you finished?
yes.
Also, that's really thrown me off. Yeah, so I would have much rather they came out with expansions. I do like the way you can't attack the same person twice in a row. I think that's really neat. I think that's a clever idea. I like the artsy mechanic. It feels harsh at times when you've locked one in and you don't get it, but really you shouldn't be going for those higher ones until you get a few powers, unless you're a chancer. There is player elimination, but because you can only attack, you have to attack different people each time. The players are eliminated quite quickly to get quite close together. Is what I want to say.
Is that a mistake?
No, because that's the other side. So there is a 2-player mode. You flip over the mats, and they've got a different mode on the back, and you make a 4x4 grid. But I wouldn't really play this 2-player. I'd play a minimum of 3, and obviously 4 players is more fun. So I find this one really difficult because I like it. I like the gameplay. I like playing with little board deck and dice. But the cost, I can't really justify it. If you can get it at a reasonable price, and you're going to know what's reasonable for you for these figures, they are fantastic. The gameplay works. It's simple. There's a lot of icons, yes, but you can only use 1 power after each roll. And it's kind of push your luck, Yahtzee style game. It's a bit more aggressive than King of Tokyo or King of Hong Kong, King of New York, because you are constantly attacking. There's very little chance to heal. Some of them can, mainly from the cards, and if you have that power. So it plays quick, it sets up quick. I love the dice system, the way that as you get weaker in terms of health, you get stronger in terms of power. I really like that.
And also, when I first saw this, I thought, is there like another more tiles for it to be bigger?
Yeah.
And I was surprised how small it is, because I think that there should be quite like 2 of these maybe.
Yeah. So you can have bigger and more people in.
Then, and they should make more of them, because then you can have more people. And
maybe we should try 6-player one time. There might not be enough target tiles though. That's probably the case.
I'll tell you, we can.
But yeah, I do hope they release more characters for this and perhaps more tiles. But whether they'll sell enough at the current price, it's hard to say. So, intimidation factor is... There's a little bit of intimidation in terms of working out all the roles and all the icons. The rulebook's really clear, perhaps a bit long for what it is. And fun. We have a lot of fun playing this, don't we?
Yeah.
We'll be keeping it simply because Little Board Deck and Dice likes it so much, and I got a good deal on it. But if he ever got bored of it, I probably wouldn't keep it around, whereas King of Tokyo still would be in my collection.
I haven't played King of Tokyo yet.
No, we need to do that one with you. King of Tokyo this is probably stronger at 3-player than King of Tokyo.
Because I don't really like attacking much.
Well,
and I like.
You like attacking me though. That's what you said earlier.
But is it King of
Tokyo and King of New York? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get. Is it like? Has it got different characters?
Yeah, but they're cardboard, not models. That makes sense.
There.
Okay.
Should be big.
So, should you buy this? If you can get it cheap enough.
Yeah.
There is value here, definitely, but not at the 60-70 quid RPG. RPG? RRP. So, thanks very much for watching. We've been
Don't know.
You don't know what the channel's called?
Oh yeah, board, deck, and dice.
Don't whisper it, say it.
Board, deck, and dice.
We'll see you next time.